As a child, stumbling upon a copy of Ghost Rider for the PS2 at a flea market was a huge surprise. Because what? A Ghost Rider video game based on the movie? I've always been a moderate fan of Ghost Rider. I can't say I'm a fanatic, as I'm not enriched in his lore, but I have fond memories of loving the character, and I think he's cool. I was eager to check out what a video game based on him would entail, and while I didn't finish it, I enjoyed it quite a bit. Fast forward many years later, and I get a chance to revisit this title. There are only two ways this could have turned out, bad or good. Thankfully, it was the latter, because this game is awesome. The gameplay and overall presentation are heavily influenced by God of War and Devil May Cry, which may be a negative to some, but I think it's fine. If it fits the character, then go for it. You can perform devious combos, utilizing your Hellfire Chain, Shotgun, and classic knuckle sandwiches. The enemies aren't too difficult, and are what you expect in a game like this, with your standard low tier goons to mini bosses. There is this mechanic some enemies have, where you need to keep performing combos until your vengeance bar is at a point that breaks your shield. This can be a little annoying at first, but it's relatively a breeze after leveling up and being more stylish with your attacks. You also get to ride the Hell Cycle in these racing stages, which is a lot of fun. There are times when you have to be careful and precise or else you easily screw up. The hit detection can be inconsistent with some dark areas that make it difficult to see whether I'll need to jump or not. Although this likely isn't an issue with the game itself, my TV is pretty dark, and these component cables aren't doing it justice. Speaking of the game's look, it looks great, and runs smoothly most of the time. The boss battles are fine. Some of them take place during the bike levels, which is pretty unique, but I do wish we had been able to fight those enemies on foot as well. When it comes to its story, honestly, I couldn't pick up on what was going on most of the time because the FMVs were so quiet, and I have a loud TV. What surprised me was that it was co-written by Garth Ennis, Mr. I Hate Superheroes himself. By the way, Blade makes an appearance, and it's more than just a supporting role. He is a playable character, so in a way, this is also a Blade video game. That is so cool, and I long for the days when things like this could happen without being locked behind DLC. Besides that, we also have a few alternate suits for Ghost Rider, cheat codes, making of videos, and comic books that you can read. You get the whole package here. If you haven't played this, then I highly recommend it, whether you're a fan of the character, the games it's inspired from, or require a little beat 'em up to kill some time. The fact it suffered from setbacks and budget cuts while being a movie tie-in is insane considering how competent it turned out to be.